It's not the first piece I ever learned, but about a year into my training, my teacher took me to the Magic Castle, which is a very exclusive club in LA just for magicians and invited guests. And he brought me in there as his guest. And he went to the bar, and he found these three old kind of crotchety, like cigar-chomping, cynical, seen-it-all magicians at the bar, and he brought them over. Well, it was 11 o'clock in the morning, and they were at the bar, so that gives you a little indication what they were like. So he brought them over to me, he sat them around me. He handed me a deck of cards, and he looked at me and he said, "Go." So as you know, my knees were knocking and my fingers were trembling, as you can imagine. And this is the piece that I shared with him. It's a classic of magic. Daniel, let me ask you a question since I shuffled a few times while I was talking. In your mind, truthfully, is there any chance that your card could be at the very top of the deck at this moment? Probably not. Very good point. Let's find out, because I'd like to know too. It's not there. Could have been, but you were right. Probably not. And it's not next to the top either. Okay. So here's the move that I spent that year working on. It's not just a move, it's actually a move and a sound. And when you put them together, boom. And I know it sounds silly, I know it's ridiculous, but when that move and that sound go together, your card comes to the top. All right, let's try it again. From the middle. Boom. Would you call it stopping where you're going? Stop. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Go put the card back in there. Okay. So now listen, with all eyes on me. Whoops, I think one got turned face up there. No. With all eyes on me, and me doing a relatively sloppy job of shuffling, is there any chance, in your mind, truthfully, that with just that silly little move, that Daniel's card could be at the top already? Unlikely. Especially, and it's not. Exactly, because I did not do the sound effect. It's not near the top or next to the top. Boom. And I know, I thought it was just as silly. Now, one time, instead of the middle, I got a little experimental. I thought to myself, I wonder what happens if the card goes at the very bottom of the entire deck. Well, it turns out it's exactly the same principle, except for the sound has to be a little different. Boom. And in that move, it jumps to the top. Let's try it one final time. I mean, that's absolutely your card. Okay, so let's watch this. Let's not even use the whole deck. Let's use about half the cards. The principle is exactly the same as long as there's a middle. The card can go from the middle to the top with the move. Boom! Your card jumped. You're not going to believe what just happened. Not only has your card jumped to the top of the deck, but it has magically transformed itself into the 6 of spades, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I know exactly what happened. I think you might as well. When I do this move, what's supposed to happen to your card, Danny? The top of? A deck. The top of the deck. I think this might be the bottom half of the deck. I think there's a chance that it jumped over there. Would you like to check that top card of that part of it? Now, to be honest with you guys, everything that I've just shown you, those older magicians had seen before. I mean, these are your classic moves, and I wanted to show them that I'd studied the classics. There also comes a time in the development of an art form when you need to start thinking for yourself, challenging existing wisdom. For instance, in magic, there's a common belief that you cannot do sleight of hand card tricks with a deck wrapped up in rope. And that's why I consider it a pretty important turning point for me when I developed or discovered the ability to do this. A couple of questions. You two are the very closest, so let's confirm the things that everybody wants to be sure of. Is that absolutely your card?
Yes.
Okay, and is that going into the center of the deck? Okay. From the middle. Boom. And I know it sounds crazy, because look, but am I holding the top card for sure? Would you go ahead and pull it out yourself?
Yeah.
Nice display, too. That's nice. And you get to keep this one. It's your little souvenir.